Hi, my name is Emma Gibbons. I'm a game master at 13th Get Escape, located here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in the United States. So first off, I'd like to actually start off with thanking my bosses. Dwayne, Taylor, thank you for nominating me along with two other of my coworkers. We really appreciate it. This is a first for me. I definitely wrote down these questions because I'm bound to forget them. So if you see me glancing down, or you'll most likely see me just kind of carrying the notepad here in my face because I'm blind as a bat. Don't be surprised. I have forewarned you. So let's start this off because I have work in like an hour and I really need to finish this. So, how long have you been a game master, Emma? I've been a game master for 2 years and 6 months. I did look that up. It's been a long and very fun 2 years and 6 months. This is my first job as a game master, and it's been one of the most fun, interesting, and lively jobs I've ever had. And most importantly, the people are some of the best people I've ever met. I love my coworkers. We're like one big family. We have our ups and downs. We get on each other's backs for things, that tends to happen whenever you're working with people for long periods of time in one space, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love my coworkers. They're some of the best. And the people you meet are pretty cool. People are people. You'll get the good ones and the bad ones, but it's totally worth it. So before I get carried away and before this gets really sappy really early on, let's move on to the next question. Do you have a code name as a game master? Emma, if not, what do you want it to be? I don't necessarily have a code name. I haven't assigned one to myself. I feel like I shouldn't. And I'll explain why. So people do call me really nice things. Typically, whenever they're getting really desperate, they sense their impending doom, they're going to lose. And in that desperation, they start calling me really nice things like, oh, benevolent Emma, or person in the sky, please help us. Emma, you're the best game master we've ever had. Can we please get a free clue? Please let us finish, Emma. Those types of things. So I don't necessarily have a nickname or a code name. If I had to pick one, I don't think I would, because I just like to see what people come up with in the moment, and that passionate cry for help. I'd like to know what people are willing to say to win me over. So let's go on to weirdest experience I've ever had while being game master. So there's been a lot of crazy, inappropriate, weird things that I've bared witness to. But I'm gonna pick something that, is family friendly. I was watching Tomb of Anubis, and I was very preoccupied with watching a certain group solve a puzzle, and I just happened to, finally glance at the other cameras, and I had to do a double take. I was like, what is that? In one of the rooms, we have a ball pit, and one of the guests had submerged themselves in the ball pit, so all I could see was like their face, and it was so funny and just unsettling because in that moment I had no idea what it was. I was like, what is that? And then I scrolled in and then I realized I'm looking at someone's face. It was just really funny, and I don't even know if it's weird, but it's a really funny experience and it's fun to share. And as you could tell, that poor person was like, we're not gonna win this. They were so tapped out. They were ready to just submerge themselves and be done. So yeah, that was one of the more fun, weird experiences I've ever had to see. Do you have a favorite phrase to say while being a game master? I absolutely love this question because I say so many weird things, and I'm so thankful that sometimes it's not in front of my coworkers. But there are a few things I always fall back to. One of them is, ask me for a clue. I have to sing song it. If you know what movie that's from, it's a really trashy college movie. If you happen to know the actual quote, you'll know why I'm not saying the actual quote. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's really funny. There are moments where I just like, I really need my group to ask me for a clue so I can better help them. But some people are very stubborn and they wouldn't know. And for some reason I do that, you know, as if they could hear me. I talk to people and they don't even realize I'm talking to them sometimes because my mic's not on. And then if you've ever played Asylum or you plan to, if you hear the mean nurse say, "You fools," that was me. Not the nurse per se, but the "you fools" thing kind of was an outburst I had one time at work. Someone's parents were passing through, touring the space, co-workers' parents. And my group at the time was so frustrating because they were so close, but like so far. And I remember in the passionate moment, I was just, "You fools," with the most love, of course, most affection. I said, "You fools." And the parents kind of looked at me like, "You okay?" And I'm just, yeah, I'm fine. But ever since then, it's like one of my favorite things to say. Again, I say it with the most love and affection. You are my beautiful fools. What's your must-have companion while being game master, Emma? I have my essentials, water, if I can remember to bring it. I leave it all the time. My glasses so I can see better. And yeah, I don't really have like a lucky charm per se, but I do have companions, my coworkers. I have such a better time at work when I am with my coworkers. There are times I'll be by myself watching a game and it's not the worst time, but it's just nice to have, you know, that family unit around, someone to joke with, someone to talk to. So that those would be my companions, mis compadres. Emma, do you have a favorite customer? I do. I'm gonna actually go ahead and mention 3 different groups. I'm sorry, I don't know any of your names. There's too many names to remember, but I will recognize your face, at least as part of it, because math. So first group is a little group of, it's a little family. It's a group of a mom, a dad, and I believe they're 2 sons. And I just love watching them. They don't really need my help that often. They work really well together, but they're not so serious that they still have fun. And I don't know, I just like watching them a lot because it's nice to see a family work together, you know, especially because of COVID. I'm sure that families are all cooped up and, you know, getting at each other's throats. So it's nice to have a family not yell at each other and to see them work together and actually escape. So they're a lot of fun. And then my next group are a group of people that are just so funny. They see me, they recognize me, they put their finger in my face and like, "Emma, you've watched all of our games. We love you." They love to take selfies and they want to share their love for me with the world and take Snapchats and all that. They're very sweet people, but they're not nearly as good as my first group in terms of playing the game. They struggle a lot, but it's part of the fun. I love watching them because I love seeing them like kind of get the idea, but not really. It's so funny to me. They always do their best and they always have such a great attitude too. They're my other favorites. And then lastly is a group I met recently. I answered a phone call one day and it was a gentleman who wanted to book over the phone. And at the end of the phone call, you know, I was going through everything and I was like, "All right, and don't forget to bring your glasses." And he was like, "My what?" And I was like, "Your mask. Don't forget to bring your mask," because, you know, COVID-19. And it was so embarrassing. I could hear him laughing over the phone. And so whenever they finally got here, I realized that I would be watching their game. I tried to play it off like I wasn't the person that they talked to on the phone, but that did not work at all because they definitely recognized my voice. And they're like, "Hey, you're that girl that was on the phone." I was like, "I'm not too sure what you're talking about." And he's like, "You told me to bring my glasses." I was like, that was me. So it was a great time because we just kind of like joked around. I love groups where while they're in the game, I still try to make a very immersive experience, but every now and then I love a group that wants to joke with me, you know. They know I'm there listening, so they'll kind of like, "Emma, you saw that, huh?" And I'll be like, "I most definitely did." So it's fun to kind of joke around like that every now and then. So they were a blast. And if any of you that I just mentioned see this video, now you guys know that you're some of my favorites. Don't let that get to your head. You still got to follow the rules. But I look forward to seeing you guys again. Emma, if a customer asks you for a hint, what do you do? I give them the hint. I'm just joking. So, I mean, yeah, of course I'll give them the hint. But I do like seeing people struggle sometimes. Not to the point where people get frustrated and mad, because that's never fun. But I like to see them do their best and struggle a little bit to where they're like, we need to get a clue. And it's just in those moments where it's funny to see people, you know, come up with these niceties to win me over. I'll sometimes, depending on the game, have people dance for me, because it's just funny. As long as it's age appropriate. I'm not gonna get into that. Y'all know what I mean. But it's just funny to see people dance, you know, or they'll try to think of the nicest thing to say to me, like, Emma, you're the best game master we've ever had. Can we please get a clue? So yeah, that nothing crazy, you know. I don't make them like say the alphabet backwards. I should do that. Anyways, it's always a little different. It depends on the game. I like to tailor it to the game. And I guess you just have to come by and ask me to be your game master to see what I'll have you do. Emma, do you play escape rooms yourself? And if so, how many? I have played quite a bit. By quite a bit, I mean 10. I've played all 7 of our games. And then I've played a few in New Orleans at Escape My Room. And those were some really fun games too. So I've played 10. My favorite one, and I'm going to tell you now, if you haven't already seen their videos, I'm 100% certain Brandon, Noah, and I are going to tell you that Asylum is our favorite game. I love scaring people. My manager will tell you, I'll be on Asylum watching it, and he'll be in the next room, and he'll hear me cackling. It's funny to see people's reactions. Of course, I don't take any pleasure in seeing some people cry. No, I'm not that mean, but I do like to see people get scared, and it's just, there's a lot more fun things that I can do for that game. Outside of Escape, at 13th Gate Escape, for example, Escape My Room, I really enjoyed their, I think it was called Smugglers Cove. I'm so sorry if I can't remember the name correctly, but it was a really unique experience. We were in the dark, complete darkness, and we were having to feel around to solve the puzzles. It was a lot of just textures, and it was so interesting to me. Now, of course, I was with friends, so, you know, if we bumped into each other, it wasn't the biggest of a deal. And I do believe that when you go play their, you know, Smugglers Cove, I swear I can't remember if that's it or not, but when you go to play that game, they're going to insist that you play with people you know. That way you're not uncomfortable in the dark. But it was just really fun. It was interesting. And yeah, I should play more escape rooms, but I just haven't, you know, gotten the chance to travel about. What's your favorite escape room ever played? Did I just answer that? I did just answer that. I just answered that with the last question. I didn't realize it was 2 different questions. Moving on to the last question. What do you enjoy the most about game mastering, and why? I'm going to give you guys my Miss Universe answer first. I just really enjoy giving an immersive experience to each and every of my unique guests. That was my Miss Universe question. Answer, sorry. To seriously answer that question, I do enjoy giving an immersive experience to each of my guests. But I enjoy being a game master because I love meeting people from all sorts of places. And working at 13th Gate Escape, I am very fortunate enough to have that kind of experience because we have people from all over who come to play our games. And it's just so nice to see even locals who've never heard of us show up and be like, wow, we've never played like a game like you guys have here. And then they're just kind of sucked into playing more and more because they enjoy it so much. And then having people from around who do hundreds of these and are wowed by our games. And it's just nice to know that people really enjoy doing this sort of thing. And it's fun to watch how their minds work, how they go about solving things. It's nice to see people work together because it's just, you know, with this whole year, it's been rough. People have been quarantining themselves, been distancing themselves, and it's just been, we've been idle. So it's nice to see people find something that excites them again, something they can look forward to, things they can do with their families or just their friends, whoever they've been, you know, keeping their social circle to. And then working with my coworkers, it's just a great time. People watching is fun. But yeah, that is why I enjoy being a game master. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. For anyone that has never played an escape room before, go and try it. I definitely recommend it. It's fun, it's new. Even if you're a sore loser like I can be, it's still a lot of fun. My word of advice is look up what game you want to play. Go to these escape rooms websites. They'll more than likely have like a description of these games. Pick one that's just, you know, sounds fun to you, and then follow the rules. Be nice to your game master. Don't break anything. But yeah, that's everything. Thanks, you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you around. Okay, bye.